Hey, Blue Demons, Courtney here from the Office of Student Involvement. Welcome to our Week 7 episode of the Back to Campus Vodcast. It's hard to believe it's Week 7. It is absolutely flying by. But as always, we've got some announcements for you as we prepare for the return this spring and for this upcoming fall. So first, we just wanted to remind folks as people are coming back to campus, there's still 3 core things that you need to know. First, the university's mask mandate is still in place. So when you are on university property, whether inside or out, you are still required to wear that mask. Second, we're still encouraging folks to social distance. So while you're here, still make sure that you're cognizant that you're staying 6 feet apart from one another. And then third, when you come on campus, you still need to complete the Campus Clear app. So when you come into any building, there's going to be a station right there where you can show that app, and you can just show it to the main desk so that you can get into a facility. So if you're not sure what it looks like, what you're going to do is you're going to fill it'll go through a little questionnaire that asks you some questions for a self-screening. And then when you are good to go to head into a building, you're going to have a screen that looks like this on your phone that you'll just show to them again to just get right into that building. So just wanted to keep those 3 things in mind for folks as you start to prepare back and as you start to come to campus. Also, as a reminder, the city of Chicago entered phase 2 of the COVID vaccine implementation plan. So what that means is that all people ages 16 and above are now eligible to receive the vaccine. So DePaul's created a website, go.depaul.edu/COVID vaccine. If you're not sure how to get signed up, you can go there and find out some tips and tricks so that you can get those vaccines, knowing that we've got that requirement in place for this fall quarter. Also, just as always, wanted to give some updates on current regulations around gatherings. We know, again, that the city of Chicago is starting to do the Reopen Chicago plan, and we are examining how that's going to affect us here at DePaul. But for the time being, these are the current regulations that we've got in place. First, we continue to be in the phase 4 of the Restore Illinois plan. So what that means is that all on and off campus gatherings need to be registered through DHub. So if you go to dhub.depaul.edu and go into your events portal, you can create an event there, and that'll take you through the process to get your on or off campus event approved. Second, gatherings are still limited to 50% of the room capacity and no more than 50 people. This is one of those things that we're examining and to try and figure out how those Reopen Chicago plans are going to affect what we're doing here at DePaul. So we'll keep you updated as this one adapts and develops. And then still for off-campus events, we're still asking student organizations to stay within the 5 counties, including Cook County, that are located here in Illinois. And we're not yet allowing overnight travel. If you have any questions about any of these, you can always go to go.depaul.edu/campuslife, or you can reach out to us in the Office of Student Involvement, and we're happy to talk through any of these regulations with you. Then, as always, wanted to provide the current capacity listing for our student centers venues. So as you're planning those end of the year celebrations, meetings, events, whatever it might look like, just keep these in mind so that you can find a space that really works best for you. So with that, we're going to bring our guest for this week into today's vodcast. So joining me today is Rob Karpinski from Academic Affairs, talking to us about the graduation celebration that's planned here on campus. So Rob, thanks so much for joining me today.
Oh, you're welcome, Courtney. Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so I know I am really, really excited about this. I have had the privilege of being a member of the commencement committee, and I know that you and the team in academic events has been planning really for a year now to celebrate our class of 2021. So while you're here, if you don't mind, if you can tell us a little bit about what you have in store, I'm sure our viewers today would love to hear about it.
Sure, Courtney. Thank you for the intro. So, commencement pre-COVID times and hopefully post-pandemic times will be a celebration at Wintrust Arena where we have everyone gathering, over 55,000 people coming over the course of commencement weekend. Courtney, you're always part of the team that's present with us for all those ceremonies, so and we realized this year, not being able to do that, we wanted to do something to celebrate our graduates this year. Last year we had to pivot very quickly in late March, early April to all virtual ceremonies. We're doing those again in May for law and in June for the other colleges. But we wanted to do something to celebrate in a more personal way the accomplishments of our graduates. And we realized bringing them back to campus, many of them probably haven't been here for more than a year. And we knew they wanted, and we learned last year that the students wanted some experience of putting on their regalia, right? That visible sign that they've accomplished something so wonderful as graduating from college. They wanted to walk across a stage, hold their diploma cover, get a picture taken that's professionally done. So that was kind of the framework of where we started. We knew we wanted, if we could do it, give them those experiences of putting on their regalia, walking across the stage, getting their diploma cover, having their picture taken professionally. And that's what they will have this year between May 19th and May 28th when they sign up to come to campus. They will have that, what I like to call a cathartic experience of celebration, right? Passing from being an undergraduate to being a student who's graduated from DePaul University. They will also have other experiences of, once they come off the stage, standing in a 360. This is all beyond me technologically, but they will be in a video booth that will have a virtual balloon drop, and they will be emailed that visual of themselves in that moment. And they'll also have an opportunity to have their picture taken with the two guests that come with them, whether they're parents, friends, classmates, and then also have an opportunity to walk around the quad, write thank you notes to faculty and staff that impacted them during their 4 or more years with us. They'll be able to sign, and put a message on a large wall to celebrate their accomplishments as well. So I feel like we've planned a really meaningful experience for them to come to campus and to know that we as a university recognize what they've accomplished and we celebrate it with them in a meaningful way.
Yeah. Well, and so much, Rob, of the graduation experience is about that pomp and circumstance, right? Like there's a reason we start with that song for that ceremony. And there are these experiences in these moments. I think thinking back to my graduation, I don't necessarily remember, every single detail of the full celebration, but I do remember the moment where I had my mom, in tears of joy as I was crossing the stage with that moment. So, I one of the things I really appreciate about this celebration is it gives students that opportunity to experience those really important moments, right? Like you can be there with your family, you can be there with the people who are most important to you and celebrate that moment. And those moments are going to be the ones I think that people really take with them moving forward. So I know I personally am really excited to see and hear student stories about how they get to do that, and they get to do it with loved ones, because you're not going to be here alone. You have this opportunity to come with your family, but also because of the way that we're doing signups for this, you can go to, I believe it's commencement.depaul.edu and sign up, but you can sign up with your friends. So you can experience this with your friends as well. And you can come in a group and do this with all of your people that you've been experiencing DePaul with.
Right, exactly. And I shared with you before we got on the podcast, Courtney, that I have a niece who's graduating from the College of Science and Health, and she has signed up with her girlfriend who at the same time slot so that they can experience it together. And then they're going to leave the campus and grab something to eat with their family that's coming with them. And then they're going to walk back to campus in the evening for the experience of seeing the quad and St. Vincent Circle lit up, illuminated, especially lit for commencement, and have more pictures taken. So I'm living kind of vicariously through her and how she's experiencing this as a senior graduating from DePaul. And I think the experience of the whole thing together is going to be a really meaningful moment for her, to have her picture taken with her mom and dad, connect with a friend that she used to live with before the pandemic hit, and celebrate the next phase of her life. Celebrate it now before she moves on to the next phase of her life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Rob, I hear you talking a little bit about daytime versus nighttime. Can you talk a little bit more about what's going to be happening at night in the quad?
Sure. So at night, unlike during the day, you won't need a ticket to gain entrance to the quad at night. So once the sun goes down, the quad and St. Vincent Circle will become illuminated with lights throughout, and you will be able to come and pass through the quad and St. Vincent Circle as you wish. Again, we expect you to be masked and to not gather in large groups, to be socially distant, but you will be able to walk through the quad in St. Vincent's Circle, get some pictures taken with your friends and your family. And those Instagrammable moments will also be available at night. The window of the Student Center behind the Monsignor Egan statue, the steps of SAC, over by the School of Music. The campus, I feel the campus will be alive through that light display. So once the day experience is done, we're encouraging students to come back at night and experience the campus in a different way, not a ticketed event, open to you to come and have more photo opportunities in your cap and gown. Or if you choose not to purchase a cap and gown, come in something that you'd like to wear to have your professional picture taken for commencement. You don't need to have your cap and gown, but I know many students want to purchase it and they want to wear it and put it on and have that picture taken, and we're going to give them that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I believe there's going to be a limited amount of caps and gowns on site available as well. But like Rob said, if you haven't purchased it, or if you're not interested in it, come in a DePaul sweatshirt, come in your Greek letters, come in, your SGA pullover, your esports jersey, whatever, your athletics jersey, your athletics warm up, whatever you might have that you want to be in, you want to be in and you want to celebrate. We welcome you to come in that as well. This is your moment. You get to decide how you really want to celebrate it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Rob, we've talked a lot about Lincoln Park, but I know that there's going to be a couple things at the Loop as well. Do you mind talking briefly about those?
Sure, not at all. It's a good point. I'm glad that you raised it. In Lincoln Park, we're going to have the 202, and the graduates will make the 1. We're also going to have one of those in the Loop outside Barnes & Noble. So students who are in the Loop will also be able to gather there in their regalia and have their picture taken with the 2021 large stand that's being made for this event. And the windows along Jackson outside the law school will also have signage in all the windows for Instagrammable moments. So we realized last year students were coming to both campuses when COVID hit to have pictures taken, and they didn't always have the best background, or they were trying to create that graduation moment. So we learned from that, and that's why both in the Loop and Lincoln Park, there will be around both campuses signage to celebrate commencement 2021 for those who are graduating. So if you went to school in the Loop and that's where your classes were, and you spent the majority of your time, you're welcome to come back to the Loop for some of those Instagrammable moments as well.
Great. Well, Rob, thanks again for joining us today. Any final things for students to know? Any words you'd like to share with our viewers for today?
Yeah. I would just say if you have friends who are graduating and haven't signed up for the graduation celebration, please direct them to sign up. We have lots of room, and we would like to welcome them home to campus to celebrate their great accomplishments. So, Courtney, thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Happy to promote this message. Again, we want to celebrate the class of 2021 here. So we're excited for them to be here on campus. And Rob's been talking about it a little bit here, but in case you haven't seen, there have been a couple announcements in Newsline about the graduation celebration. So like we mentioned earlier, you can always go to commencement.depaul.edu to get signed up for your slot and to find more information about it. But this is going to be what the stage looks like. So, kind of where you see those shadows there is you can picture yourself either in your cap and gown or, again, whatever you feel comfortable in. But we hope you join us. We hope that you check out this experience, because it's going to be a really great one to welcome you back to DePaul. So with that, Rob, thanks again for joining. We will talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Thanks, Courtney. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, so to round out our announcements for today, just wanted to provide a couple final updates and reminders as we head into the tail end of spring quarter. We are continuing our on-campus programs. Thank you to all of the students who have been coming so far. These events have been so much fun. I had an opportunity last week to go to bingo, and I don't think I've ever seen students play bingo that long in my entire life. They were here for a full 3 hours, and we're having a great time. But we're continuing with on-campus events this week with our Drive-In DePaul, which is an outdoor movie on the quad. So our DePaul Activities Board is going to be showing Twilight, and that starts at 8 p.m. They're going to be starting seating at 7:30. So just head out to the quad again for that opportunity to check out the movies. this week's movie, I should say. Then, as always, if you have any other questions about on-campus gatherings or different regulations about the return to campus, you can go to go.depaul.edu/campuslife. There we have all of the different parameters that are currently in place. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us in the Office of Student Involvement at involvement@depaul.edu. But until next week, we hope everyone continues to stay safe and enjoys this great weather. But we wish you well. Bye-bye, Blue Demons.